Hey, what's up everybody? Gonna show you all the loose game carts, and I got some boxed ones too, and I got these all from my new favorite thrift store, Hospice Resale store in Lake Havasu. If any of you guys ever make it down that way and want to check out some place where you might possibly find some retro games, make that your first stop. They are friggin' awesome. I thought last time the guy was just being nice. No man, their game carts so far for any system. Don't know about their boxed games for like Xbox and PS2 and stuff, but so far all their boxed games for older cartridge-based systems and loose carts are $1 a piece. So I scored again. Do have a couple of games in here that definitely aren't big scores, but something to stick in as filler to sweeten the deal for my grandnephew, as a lot of these are going to him as I'm setting him up with a Genesis for Christmas. So anyways, first box game here, Urban Strike, sequel to Jungle Strike for the Genesis. And I think that one's complete. Yep, all complete. This one, some of these are just unbelievable to find these at a thrift store here. This cartridge looks mint condition. I got a few here that look like they were never played on the boxed games. Hardball. Game's got a little bit of discoloration, which is from moisture, where it gets kind of that speckled effect, but it's not tore up. Otherwise, it's pretty much mint. Book looks good. The only thing missing is it originally had a poster of this cover art, which happens to be done by Boris Vallejo, which is kind of odd, as in he does mostly Conan type stuff in his artwork, so weird for him to do a baseball game. This one's going to my nephew, but maybe later on when he starts knowing how to take care of this stuff better, as in he's just 8, but all complete. Has one of those fold-up posters where it's got like up-and-coming games and systems on one side, poster on the other for Jurassic Park. And this cartridge looks freaking mint condition. The box looks damn near mint. Anyways, got him Aladdin. More. I think this one's missing the book, but the cartridge looks mint condition and the box looks really nice. Lotus 2. This is the oddball. I got one for N64. Box isn't in the best condition. This has been played, but whoever had it took good care of their games because the game cartridge looks mint. And what's nice is the back of the book. They wrote down all the codes for this game, which, hey man, saves me from looking them up. But Extreme G2, damn good game, especially if you like all the Tron movies as much as I do, man, because they look like freaking life cycles. It's a badass game. And got one game for the Sega Master System, and not in the best shape. I'm sure it'll play, but I've never seen one, at least of these, as in, I'm familiar with the system, but wasn't one I had as a kid, so just getting into it. But this one's made by Parker Brothers, white label, Where the World is Carmen Sandiego. I don't give a shit, but never seen one with a white label. That's the only oddball cartridge. Other than that boxed one, got Batman Forever. Haven't heard anything too good about this game, but hey, now I got it. It was $1, and I've got the box for this one somewhere. Not in too bad a shape. Has one little tear in the front of the label. A lot of these obviously came from video stores, as they got stickers on them. This one, not too bad. Has some sticker goop on it. Zoop. Can't remember that one, but it is a puzzle type game. This one, you cannot have it. This is a kick-ass game, and I just got done cleaning it up, and it cleaned up nice on the pins and everything, so it should play good. It just definitely looks aged. Shadow Dancer, The Secret of Shinobi. Very cool game. It's the one where he's got the wolf with him, where you can sick the wolf on the bad guys. Animaniacs. This is one of them that I looked up because I didn't recognize it, and I didn't recognize it because this is kind of a shit fighting game, but he's 8. He'll like it. Fighting Masters. This one I'll just hold on to because I don't think you'd be able to figure it out. It looked pretty crappy. It's a Starflight, but got it for $1. Another one I didn't recognize. Mighty Belgian Power Drinkers. Monopoly. And Columns. This Christmas is going to be another seizure for the kids, and I'm going to load his ass up with some games, man. I'm giving him one of my custom systems and a whole bunch of carts to go with it, because he's really loving it, man. Gotta corrupt them while they're young, man. Future trainee. Hell, he's already turning into a gamer, man. His Nintendo is the favorite thing in his room, man. Already got his 3DS and he's 8, so cool kid. Now on the system that I got, so once again all those had 15 games, so $15. This box system was $6, and would have gotten it without the game and stuff if I could have really talked down the price just to have an extra one, but paid the $6, which really, that's the most I'd pay for this, because it's all complete. The box isn't in the best shape, and the reason it's all complete and still looks as new as it does, it's got a defect in the game player, but it's something I can fix easy. So anyways, where's the box here? Got a boxed Mattel Hyperscan. I gotta say, man, I wouldn't have paid more than $6. It still has the discount Walmart sticker on it of $13. These were worth a lot of fucking money back in the day, which wasn't that far back. As in, now that I can actually play a game for real using the cards, this thing just sucks so much ass. I played for an hour. Oh wait, no, I didn't play for an hour. I think I played for about maybe less than 30 minutes. It was the load times. As in, I tried out 2 characters, as in, this X-Men game that you get with this obviously has more than 2 fucking characters you can play with. I got 2 character cards, one for Wolverine and one of the girls that's like Wolverine. I can't think of her name right now. I'll show you guys the cards. And then got a power-up, as in 1 power-up card for each of those characters. A power-up card for a fucking character that I don't even have, so basically it is worthless unless I went out and bought a game pack, which unfortunately this failed, so shit isn't like that. And then the other one is for the Ready Room. Makes it to where I guess you can get cards to add on extra levels. It's one to where when you're fighting, well actually you're not fighting. You basically got parts and pieces of Sentinels laying around, and there's like a big chasm, and you gotta throw them across it or whatever, and it keeps getting bigger. So the more pieces you throw across, the more points you get. Other than that, man, the box is really the only thing beat up. I'll point out on the player what's messed up, but I'm going to show you these cards here for anybody that finds one of these loose and doesn't know how to make the cards work, if you're lucky enough to get these fucking things. As this X-Men game, you cannot play without the cards. It'll load up, but when it gets to player select, that's as far as it'll go. You have to have the goddamn cards. Okay, I got Lady Deathstrike. Only thing cool on this, man, this is a pretty shitty fighting game, but I like the fact that I loved the original X-Men cartoon, man. Back in the day that they took off the air because they said it was too fucking violent. And now we have shit like fucking worse than Pokemon. Violence all through the freaking cartoon, and they were bitching about X-Men. But, all the characters so far have the old school style costumes, which is really cool. So anyways, on scanning these, I have seen a few videos of people that have gotten these loose, like at a yard sale or whatever, and couldn't figure out how to scan the card quite right, or it was just screwing with them. Not to rip on him, the dude has awesome fucking videos. If you're not subscribed to him, subscribe to him. GameStar81, I think that was one of the videos where he was doing the same thing I was doing, as in that's the first thing I did when I got these, was scan it like a store scanner while you're moving a card across the system. Anyways, I got the piece of paper with it that shows you what you're supposed to do. This area here that's curved, if you get one of these, the scan part, the very center of it is a circle, I don't know, just a little bit smaller than like a silver dollar. You line this rounded edge up with it centered to the outside of that circle, kind of imagining that there's a bullseye there, and you don't scan it, you hold it over the system, and it's saying 1/4 of an inch. Don't know if you can go any higher or lower or what, but about 1/4 of an inch, and just hold it there, and it will scan it. You don't move it at all. So, kind of threw me on that, man, because I was doing the same thing he was doing, and trying to scan it like a regular store type scanner or whatever. No, it wants you to hold it still. And if it screws up, it's going to make a noise like bang, and it'll keep doing that until it scans it right. So just hold it steady until it comes up showing your character or your power-ups or whatnot. Let's see. You only got one controller with these, otherwise you had to buy them extra. And speaking of buying extra, once again, also known as hyperscam, as in just the fact that I got only 2 cards for actual game characters I can play as. They were already forcing kids to go out and buy the other game packs just to add the extra players to the fucking game. That's bullshit, man. I don't know how much those game packs cost, but that's bullshit. Making you have to pay more money just so you can play the game completely. And I'm probably sure that they did that with all of them. But still, cool system to have in your collection. I want them if they're shitty. I want them if they're systems that went over good, man. Doesn't matter. Anyways, controller looks pretty much mint other than a little bit of dust. Now the system here looks damn near mint. I mean, there's, if anything, very light scratches on it. It's in really good shape. And the reason it's in really good shape is, open it up here, and on that, oh, I take that back, man. Throw away the silver dollar, quarter. It's the day after Thanksgiving, man. I still have whiplash from the family. Had fun eating at the restaurant, and then we went home, and the chaos started. I ain't even gonna bring it up, man. It's just not fun. But, yeah, that little area there is where you want to hold the card over and get that corner lined up with the outside of that little circle. As in, if you look at it with light hitting it, you can see the chip there that scans it. All the outside is just for making it look cool when you turn it on. Anyways, right off the bat, when you press the eject on this, you can hear it pop, but the lid don't pop up. And I'm thinking the person didn't do this. I'm thinking either it is a defect that was in this, or maybe they had it setting like under a windowsill, as in I'm in Arizona, and it was getting too hot and just slightly warped. Because couldn't tell at first. I thought maybe the motor was burning out in it or something, because popped in the game, closed it all up, turned it on, and it was like trying to start up a crappy car in the wintertime. It was that vroom, 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 vroom. as in it wasn't getting that fast spin. It was just a little at a time, which, gotta say, the lasers in these, for what they are pretty damn good, because it scanned the fucking game. It played the game up to, jeez, I passed about 3 levels, and where it finally just screwed up is when I was trying to scan the card, and it was loading up to say you scanned in the character power-ups or whatever, and it just froze. It quit spinning because it was just too much. But anyways, what's happening is when the disc is in there, still tired, back of this hits it. Now that I checked it out, yeah, right to the back, I could see just a tiny little skid mark. So he's just hitting the edge of the disc enough to keep it from spinning good. So, got to figure out how to take this thing apart. And I'm probably just going to get my Dremel and just thin that area out a little bit on the inside so it won't show up. And hopefully that will do the trick. Otherwise, working system. Slow as fuck system, but working system. And on that hour gameplay, it wasn't because of that, man. I've got another one of these that works beautifully, and I was using that one, and it was about an hour of wannabe gameplay. As in, get one of these if you have children that need to be taught patience. And if that doesn't work, go back to the old way and smack them over the frickin' head, man, because that will teach you patience. My Commodore 128 computer from the 80s loaded the freaking floppy disk games up faster than this piece of shit. So, cool system to have in a collection, crappy ass system to play on. But did get all the cards. Let's see. Yeah, this is the one that's just fucking worthless. I don't know why I got this. Big Chill attack mod. Looks like it's for Iceman or something. Can't use it. Don't have them. And then Strength Rune. Yeah, player must pick up and throw sentinel body parts across the chasm without any falling into the void. The chasms change as difficulty increases, as it probably just keeps getting bigger. Haven't tried out the Danger Room yet, man. I just played the regular old game where you're fighting. And the fighting moves in it, if you're lucky enough, is in, I don't know if everybody got the same set of cards, but if you get the girl, play as her, man. The sound effects are hysterical. In fact, man, I need to hook this thing up to my flat screen and crank on the sound system so I can have the volume up a bit. One of the guys, man, God, why can't I remember his name, man? He was in the last movie for Iron Man, the dude that's got the tentacle, like, whips, but the old school version of him. Only said it twice. And I'd swear, man, the way they got his shitty-ass accent is in, whoever is talking, obviously, isn't that nationality. They're faking the accent. But it sounds like, my specialty is rape and killing. Sounds like rape. I don't know what he's trying to say, but the game is so shitty, it sounds like my specialty is rape and killing. And all the time you're fighting as a girl, every freaking move, man. But in a female voice. Just funny. I mean, they couldn't make it more pathetic. Let's see. Cards are cool looking, though. They're pretty thick cards. I was expecting, like, baseball type cards, but they're, let's see, some kind of a cardboard that's layered up, because obviously they got some kind of a chip inside so it can scan, but pretty thick. They don't feel like they'll break or get bent up or anything. They're nice and solid. There I go, man. My video's in the 20 minutes, and now I'm flipping out. I'm starting to say nice things about it. But if anything, the characters and cards look cool. It's Lady Deathstrike. You got the Animanium Claws power-up, which I have no idea how the fuck you get that to work. I was trying the combinations they show, and they weren't doing shit. As in very few moves. It's either the moves are just very few, or you got to buy these cards to add extra moves you can do, but they weren't working. And Lady Deathstrike character. So now that I'm in the 20 minutes, I'll say bye to you guys. I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Either maybe not as good as mine, but hopefully better. And sometimes big sisters can be a pain. Not going to say why, but sometimes they can be a pain, let alone other family members. But whatever. That's the joy of dyslexia and ADD, having it at the same time, man. Makes it really easy not to give a shit. As in, I just didn't give a shit. I was ignoring all of it. Her husband, my brother-in-law, was just in the chair, so obviously he didn't give a shit, but oh well. Whatever. Wouldn't be right without a feud. Later.